Nobody's in the witness protection program? If you have looked on the syllabus, you will notice that it says, there's a disclaimer on there that says this class will be recorded. If you're in the witness protection program, you probably need to tell me now, raise your hand before you go on camera, because with facial recognition software, the mob or whoever's after you will find it and come and kill you. So I just letting you know, there's a disclaimer if you're not comfortable being recorded and put on YouTube, this is not the class for you. Anybody have a problem? It's a disclaimer, it's on syllabus. We can get you into one of the online classes or somebody else's class if you don't want to be recorded. All right, good deal. So I've given you my disclaimer. It's also on D2L, it's on syllabus, which I'll hand out, but I got to start with that. So what is the most important word in marketing today? Yes.
Communication.
Communication. Why do you say communication?
Because if you have a product or service, you want everybody to have it. Well, all relevant parties.
Okay? So you think it's communication. Effective communication is the most important word in marketing today. Anybody else want to take a stab at it?
Sales.
Sales? Sales is without sales, that's important. Without sales, you don't have a business. That's important, certainly.
Customers.
Customers. Customers are important. That's an important word. Do you think that's the most important word in marketing? Why?
Marketing is all about fulfilling their wants and needs.
It's about fulfilling wants and needs, and it's filling wants and needs of customers, but does marketing occur in other places besides business? Maybe. Yes, ma'am.
Done deal until marketing was effective if you have done deals.
Done deal. If you can sell. So you think selling is the most important word in marketing today. How do you sell? Sell yourself? What if you're selling a product? Sell the product? These are all good ideas. Yes, ma'am.
Creativity.
What?
Creativity.
I'm sorry, again?
Creativity.
Creativity. Creativity is enormously important. We'll talk about that next time, whether or not marketing is an art or a science. That's enormously important. Creative processes are part of marketing, obviously. Yes, sir.
The most important word in marketing is market.
Market. Okay? All right. Why do you say that?
Without a market, you don't have anything to market.
You have to have a market, so you have to have something to sell, and you have to have a way of selling it. So market. Okay? That's a good answer. I think, and I think you all gave me really good answers, and you made good arguments. I think, my argument is that the most important word in marketing today is differentiation. And the reason I believe that is because everything is differentiated now. Even the most commoditized of products are differentiated. I'm a Gen Xer. When I grew up, there were basically 3 types of milk. There was whole milk, there was skim milk, and then there was this really disgusting stuff that some old people drank that was powdered milk or dehydrated milk. And it was really god-awful. How many types? Milk is a commodity. How many types of milk are there today? Well, there's soy milk, there's skim milk, there's chocolate milk, there's strawberry milk. When I was a kid growing up, if you wanted chocolate milk, you got the Hershey's syrup out and you put it in, you stirred it up yourself, or you got the powder and you put it in and you stirred it up yourself. Today, they make gallons of chocolate milk. There's 2% milk. There's 1% milk. What else is there? There's lactose-free milk.
Almond milk.
There's almond milk. There's cashew milk. So, in order to sell, in order to market, we're going to have to differentiate. Even the most commoditized products are differentiated now. How are you different? How are you going to differentiate yourself in the job market? That's really important. So we're going to start with a critical thinking challenge. I'm going to give you a piece of paper and I want you to list your strengths. What makes you unique on this piece of paper? In complete sentences. Once you have done that, I want you to break into groups for the second part of the critical thinking challenge, which is to combine all of your unique strengths to develop a group identity. You're going to come up with a group name, which in marketing we call branding. And then you're going to sell, you're going to choose one of your people to be your spokesman. You're going to all introduce yourself. That's why I had to do the disclaimer of the first class, because you're going to be up here. You're all going to have to introduce yourself to the class. And then you're going to have one person sell, pitch your group to the class and tell us why we're going to play Marketing Survivor. Or in honor of the new president, we'll play Marketing Apprentice. Horrible way, by the way, to run a company. Horrible. It's not a zero-sum game. But we're going to play Marketing Survivor, and we're going to have tribal council, and we will decide whether or not you and your group get to stay on the island. All right, so I'm going to hand out a piece of paper. Think about your street. Now, I want you to think about this. What really does make you unique? Look at this. How many of you know who a guy named Logan Paul is? A few of you. This guy's a millionaire. He is a social media star. Companies pay him. What's he known for?
Dropping down to the split.
Yeah, he's known for doing the splits in this like really odd fashion in various places. And he comes up with these things and he does product placement for companies. He's worth $1 million or more. He's worth more than $1 million. And he was on Vine. Apparently Vine is no longer. It's gone, right? Is that correct? Vine is gone. But he's still being paid by companies to come up with ways. That's what makes him unique. He can do this crazy stuff. And he's figured out a way to market himself and make money and get companies to pay him for it. 60 Minutes did a special on him and other social marketing entrepreneurs that are out there that are selling themselves. So what really makes you unique? A lot of you will lie. This is the rule of TAL, T-A-L. I'm a lawyer. I learned this rule when I was cross-examining particularly police officers. They all lie. And so you're going to tell me things like, I'm a hard worker. And we know that your generation is not. My generation was the first generation to be me. We were called the me generation. Your generation is the me generation on steroids. So you'll say things like, I'm a hard worker. Everybody's going to say, when you go in for the job interview, everybody's going to say, well, except for me, I will tell you, the reason I got this job, the reason I do this job, is because it pays a lot of money and I don't work real hard. I'm inherently lazy. I'm also brutally honest. Here 2 days a week, make a lot of money, don't want to work. But you're not going to say that when you go into a job interview, right? So you're going to lie. I'm a hard worker. You're all going to say that. You've got to do more than that. You've got to differentiate yourself. So think about this. So I'm going to hand out this paper in complete sentences, and then I want you to get into groups of about 5 or 6. That will give us about 10 groups in here. Ultimately, at the end of the class, at the end of the semester, you will all have a group project. So this gives you the opportunity to start networking on the first day. Because if I don't do this now, you all will wait until the week before the group project is due, and then you'll start forming your groups. This gives you an opportunity to figure out, I really don't want to work with these people. So you can vote each other off the island if this group is not working out for you. But this gives you an opportunity to start early in the semester forming groups and differentiating yourself. So let me pass out the first part. Once you've completed that, I'll ask you to get into groups, and then I will give you another piece of paper to complete the second and third parts of the critical thinking challenge for today.
That's why I said well like.
Yeah, well, a lot of
So I guess we would be the week from March.
Yeah.
And I guess that would work.
That kind of weird.
So I guess it would be the king.
Okay, so we're going to go in the order in which you came up. We'll start with the Purple Buffalo. Number 2 will be Modern Militia. Number 3, Wonder Women. Number 4, Fine Wine. Number 5, Capita. Number 6, versatile. Number 7, undisclosed. Is that right? Did I get that correct? Okay. Number 8, Harambe's Heroes. Number 9, Bold. Number 10, AF1. And number 11, Queen of Hearts. So have every member say, hi, I'm so-and-so, and then every pitch person. If you speak softly, be sure to speak into the microphone so that it sounds like the voice of God on the video, okay? Thanks. All right, let's do it.
Say our names. Just say, no, what is wrong.
Hello guys, I just want to start off and say my name is David or Jean, but I go by Chaz, and I am the representative for the Pink Buffaloes.
Hi, I am Catherine Boyston, and I go by Cat.
My name's Michael Pickle.
Hi, my name's Austin Polk.
Hi, my name's Matthew McCleary.
So the reason that we decided to go with the name the Pink Buffalo was because a buffalo is strong. And if you notice a herd always has one leader. And so we like to think that we are the one leader in our organization and in our field. We have many talents, such as musically inclined. We're also very strong leaders. We have somebody who's extremely well organized and keeps everything going to plan. And, well, I hope you decided to choose us. Thank you.
All right, so how is this class different? Before we applaud, somebody said.
So this class is different because within the first 5 minutes I had an existential crisis and was able to have strong communication between all of our group, which was different because in all of my other classes so far, they have just sat there and handed out the syllabus first, and that's kind of all there is to it.
Okay, what do you guys think? All right. Modern militia. Yes, give me that. Thank you so much.
Like one of, I mean, I'm a trainer right now. But I do. Well, I'm just a good trainer.
Hello, my name is Andrew Bradford.
Not like the exercise.
Hi, my name is Holden Crago.
Hi, my name's David Dish.
Hi, my name is Caleb Cleaver.
Hi, my name is Christian Bills.
Hi, my name is Brody Mayberry, and we're the Modern Militia. We chose Modern Militia, one, because the militia is kind of leader-based, and we're working with a bunch of different types of people in it, and we're modern because we have the aspects. We have people who are good with computers, we're organized, we got critical thinkers, we have a lot of outdoor experience. We have 2 Eagle Scouts and a hunter, so we'll be able to be independent and work by ourselves if we need to, but we also have the leadership and team aspects so we can work together to accomplish any goal that we need to.
Okay, your answer to how this class is
We said that right from the start it was engaged, and we immediately were introduced to team element, and usually it takes a few weeks before you even know you have a team project.
Okay, what do you think? I have a question about your name. From a branding standpoint, do you think militia has a negative or pejorative connotation?
Depends on what we're selling.
Okay, all right, good answer. That's good. Wonder Woman.
I'm Sharon Colbert. Kelsey Pennington.
My name is Catherine Mitchell.
Hi, I'm Erica Diaz.
Hi, my name's Kara Mickle.
Hi, I am Peyton Alexander, and we are the Wonder Women. I think our group is different because we are all women, and we are wonderful, obviously. We are a really diverse group as well. We have people that are involved in like marching band, we have a dance choreographer, we have a cake decorator, and we all have really great organization skills, networking skills, really great at planning, and we never give up. And as far as the difference for this class from the other ones, we all felt really underdressed on the first day of class. We got a professor that's looking spiffy. So that's one of the most different things that I think we felt on the first day.
Okay, flattery will get you everywhere. I exercise my right as sovereign to say the truth, you just say it. All right, guys? Fine wine.
Introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Emily Nelson.
I'm Haley Winkler.
I'm Tyler Corson.
I'm Jonathan Rodden, but I go by my middle name, Ethan.
And my name is Austin Meyer, and I go by Austin. Thank you. Our group name is Fine Wine. The reason for that is because we are a deluxe product. We are top line, and our average age is 21 years, which is, drinking age, which is good. We're all really, really, really interested in business. I already have a marketing internship, haven't taken marketing yet, so that's interesting. And no two members of the group are going for the same degree. However, we are all within business. We have a marketing degree, a finance degree, HR, forensic accounting, and just a general business admin. So we have a lot to offer and a lot to pursue. We hope we live up to our name.
And why is this class so fun?
Oh, and this class is different just because, so right that. It's the first class we've ever had started with a group project on the first day, especially to make us think critically in an audience situation. I've never had this happen.
Okay, all right, very good. Pizza, thank you.
My name is Joshua Lowry. I'm Joshua Lowry. My name is Jason Allen, but I go by Blake.
I'm Harmony Tamalabé.
I'm Chris Williams, and this is the Penta, meaning 5. Wow, our group, we have 2 people that are really creative. One person that is detail-oriented, one person that communicates. We have another person that more of a leader. And yeah, I think that the reason why this group is basically going to stay on the island is because we're well balanced. We're 5. Let's see here. One thing that we thought that we have never really been in the situation of is just immediate interaction and networking within 30 minutes of the class. So, but yeah, that's us, the Penta.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Team personal.
Hi, I'm Keely Zimmer.
Dale Lynn.
Hi, I'm Jenna Marti.
Courtney Owen.
Devin Provines.
And howdy, my name is Matthew Curry, and we are Team Versatile. The reason for our team name is because we have the ability to adapt to any given situation or activity, such as coming up with a presentation within the first 15 to 30 minutes of class, which is really fun. So in our group, we have a busy bee over here, likes to work hard 24/7. Keep it up. We're easy to communicate with, outgoing, friendly. We're very loyal to each other, very loyal to the company. We have the ability to make anything sound appealing, such as this presentation right now. Also, we're extremely goal-oriented, very determined to get the job done no matter what. And of course, how this class is different, as everybody else has said, coming up with this great presentation within the first 15 minutes of class is just what we were looking for. So thank you, and we hope that we get to stay on the island. Thank you.
Undisclosed.
I'm Shaylee Trumbo. I'm Blair Ferguson.
Hello, everybody. My name is Thomas Mann, and we are undisclosed. Undisclosed, the meaning of this term is simply that. I don't have to tell you shit. And I'm not going to. About the company and what we actually represent. The reason behind this undisclosed means we are everything, but we are also nothing. And what that means, we are fluid. We are a team that is highly organized with certain individuals in our group, a team that can multitask, and we are also a team that can be completely fluid and do whatever task at hand needs to be done. So what I mean is, we're not going to tell you shit. Your secrets are safe with us. If you need a dirty job, you got it. If you don't, nobody's going to know about it. Whose business is it? Nobody's. That's right.
Very interesting pitch. I like the shock value and your answer.
And our answer for this is, get it back out for you. We're very interactive. It's very interactive. Obviously, did other classes. I mean, we had to pitch in the first 15 minutes. Along with being recorded, which is super fun. Watching myself right now. It's not creepy. And never had a professor to wear a bow tie. Was the constant consistent. So, congrats on the bow tie.
Thanks.
Not kissing up, just letting you know. But other than that, we're undisclosed. If there's anything you need to talk to us about, nobody will know about it. I do have a top secret, so we're good with this.
All right.
Thank you.
Farabe's Heroes. Thank you, sir.
Hi, I'm Madison Ruby. Hi, I'm Jenny Holland.
I'm Daniel Cottrell. Dakota Zigafus.
And I am Matthew Sagasi-Sato. We picked the name Harambe's Heroes because it completely envelops our strengths as a team. We are welcoming and we are detail-oriented and we love to meet new people and greet them, just like Harambe did. We are also sarcastic and we are stubborn and we do not like to let go of what we have earned, just like Harambe. And we also love to just be the center of attention and are very hardworking. Our answer to this class is how it's different. Well, we're recorded and we are already doing group work and have had a presentation, which does not normally happen on the first day. Harambe's Heroes. Thank you.
All right. Can I have your paper? Thank you, sir, very much. Team Bowl.
Hi, I'm Spencer McDonald.
Hi, I'm Nikki Lee.
I'm John Humphreys.
I'm Leila Samara. And I'm Kennedy Mock. We're Team Bold because you're bold. I don't want to do it. Okay, so to be different, you have to be bold. And you can't progress when you're doing the same thing as everybody else. We're all creative. Some of us are perfectionists and some of us are really spontaneous. We all have really open minds. I think this class is different because it's more of a movie setting, so like everyone's watching us. Does anybody else want to say anything?
Okay. What do y'all think? AF1.
John Davis.
I'm Derek Wanton.
I'm Cody Lay. Each one of my team members has strengths that differ from another, but there's one thing that we all have in common is teamwork, and that's why we decided to name ourselves AF1, because we are all for one and one for all. No matter what the task is at hand, we're going to be able to get it done. That's why we named ourselves AF1.
Okay.
The class, I think, is different because it requires more critical thinking and without any right or wrong answers. And it focuses a little bit more on strategy and teamwork.
Okay, good answer. Very good. What do you guys think? Thank you. All right, we have one team. Queen of Hearts left to go.
My name is Crystal Vasquez. Hi, I'm Yal Gonzalez.
I'm Nicole Foster. I'm Jasmine C.
I'm Amy Takwini.
And I am Emerson Hart, and we are the Queens of Heart. We're the Queens, I'm the Heart, my last name's Hart. I also have a tattoo of Kings of Heart, King of Hearts, which I did back there for the group, obviously. So we are very compassionate as a group, but also we have great memory. So while we're on this island, don't cross us. Don't do it. We are very good at finding the easiest way to get a task done. So if there's a coconut in a tree, I'm going to get it down very quickly. Follow instructions, and that's about it. We're a very good group. Now the thing about this class that's a lot different is the instructor immediately took us out of our comfort zone and made us come up with ideas and present them to a class in a uncomfortable setting. There you go. We are Queens of Heart.
All right. Very good. Good presentations, good answers. I appreciate that. So I will pass these back to you graded on Thursday. I will also set up your groups in D2L so that you will have the ability to post drop boxes. So from now on, the critical thinking challenges will not be in the old-fashioned form. They will be posted to the D2L website in the Dropbox. So that's why I have you put your names in alphabetical order, because again, I'm inherently lazy and that makes it easier for me, right? I have to do less work that way. So I will establish those and get those set up. If you decide that you don't like your group, you are free to change your group throughout the semester. If your group is having trouble, I will work with you to mediate your group. I'm a lawyer, so I can do that fairly well and try to, get some cohesion back in the group. So don't feel like you're stuck with this just on the first day, but it is important to start thinking about these things so that, as I said, at the end of the semester when you have the group project, it isn't like, oh my God, we've got to come up with a group and we've got to form it in the next 24 hours and get the project written. And so I do this to sort of short circuit the tendency of students, which is to pontificate and put things off until the very end of the semester. There is probably nothing more horrific than having somebody read to you. I have often thought that the perfect punishment for recalcitrant students would be for me to read Kant's Critique of Pure Reason, which I had to read in graduate school to them very slowly. So I will not read to you, but I am going to pass out the syllabus and I am going to go over sort of the pertinent parts of the syllabus so that at the end of the semester, if you are not happy with your grade and you decide that you want to file a grade appeal, which you have the right to do, unlike high school and junior high, right, where a teacher says, this is what you get, you can file a grade appeal and you can challenge my analysis of your ability in this class. And a lot of times what I've seen, since I used to be the Associate General Counsel for the university, is that in grade appeal committees, what would happen is I've sat on a lot of these, is that the professor would deviate from the syllabus significantly, and that's what triggered the grade deal. So I want to have 56 witnesses to say that yes, in fact, I did give you the syllabus, this is our contract, it tells you what we're going to do. And I did, in fact, go over it in class, detailing and highlighting some of the pertinent parts so that you were not caught unaware of the requirements of the course. And hopefully I haven't made any mistakes. I caught one mistake in my first class this morning, much to my horror and dismay. And you can rest assured that it was the first time in the history of the world that I made a mistake. And so you can write it down for the history books. But hopefully as we go through this, I won't catch any mistakes and I will have been absolutely perfect. I had left the date for the final on the fall semester of the syllabus this morning for that class, so I apologize for that. My administrative assistant, Ophelia, didn't catch it either, so bad administrative assistant. I'll blame it on her, right? So this is Marketing 3013. The thing that I think that makes this class different, for example, if I asked you, the reason I tell you this is Marketing 3013, I'm giving you my answer now, is because it's important to know what class you're enrolled in. And this morning I had one student who got all the way through the introductions and then realized he was in the wrong class. He introduced himself and then had to leave. So I'm telling you this is Marketing 3013. If you didn't know, and the way that I think this class is different is if you take this, anybody know what that is? This is a Y hat. Anybody know what that is? Some of you said, one of you said you had math. Somebody was good at math. Anybody know what that is? How many of you have had your stats course? This should come tripping off your tongue. You don't know what it is, do you? When you walked into this class, I said this is Marketing 3013. Guess what? You're already experts in marketing. You know something about marketing. You've been marketed to from the day you were born until the day that you die. In fact, before you were born, we were marketing to you. We market neonatal vitamins. We have these parties that people go to when they get pregnant. They throw these parties. They're called baby showers, right? People go and they buy stuff for the baby. So you've been marketed to. This is the formula to calculate a regression line. When you went into stats class, I bet you didn't know that, did you? But when you came into this class, what did you know? Marketing. You knew about sales. When I asked you what the most important word, if I asked you what the most important word in stats was, would you have even had an answer? But you all had answers to what was the most important word in marketing. Because you knew something about it. You were already experts. So this is Marketing 3013. So you're already experts in this. That's the CRN in case you need to go drop it and you get 3 credit hours. I am Brandon Geary. The JD stands for Doctor of Jurisprudence. I am a lawyer before I became a PhD in marketing. I used to be the school's Associate General Counsel, and now I'm Special General Counsel for the university. That's the reason I dress like this. And it's also so that when bad things happen to you in my presence, because lawyers have a tendency to create havoc, you won't be caught unaware, right? That's my cell phone. I give you my cell phone because I have 2 offices here on campus. I have one in Thatcher Hall and one in the administration building, and so a lot of times I'm between them, and it's easier to just catch me on my cell phone. I know that you don't like to talk on phones. My generation, I'm a Gen Xer, we love to talk on the phone. Because we didn't grow up with phones that texted. You all grew up with phones. That was a big deal to talk on the phone. When I was growing up as a kid, if you had your own line, if the kids had their own line, that was sort of a big thing. My brother and I had our own line. My parents had their own line. That's ancient history now. You all grew up with texting, so you like to text. You're welcome to text me if you would like to talk, or if you want to set up an appointment or things like that. You're welcome to text me because again, I have 2 offices, so I'm a lot of times between them, and so. I know you like to text. A lot of times if I'm in a meeting, I can respond to texts more quickly than I can respond to voicemail. And you don't want to talk to me anyway. You want to text. There's a reason. We'll talk about that reason why you don't like to talk on the phone. My faculty offices in Thatcher Hall 340, which is the building that might as well be across the Sahara Desert for all intents and purposes, because students don't want to walk over there because it's in that other building, and that's, ooh, vast distance. And then you get over there, there's a big gun in front of the building. Don't be afraid of the gun. The firing pin has been pulled from the gun, so the ROTC people will not shoot you on your way over to the building. I know under the Bush administration that may not have necessarily been the case, but they disarmed the gun, and so I'm up on the 3rd floor. If you go in that back door, immediately to the left there's a staircase, up the staircase, all the way to the 3rd floor, 2nd door on the right, facing Bronco Lake. That's my office. My email is gageary@uco.edu, and my office hours are this ungodly time. When I first started teaching here 23 years ago at UCO, I actually taught a 7:30 in the morning class. The average age of our freshmen at that time was 29 years old, and so they were working adults for the most part, and they wanted to take classes before they had to go to work, and they could take a 7:30 class and get to work by 9 o'clock. We don't have those anymore. And when I was your age, I liked to go out and party, and I didn't wake up until noon. And so I realized that for a lot of you, like 11 o'clock is sort of your grudging acceptance of acknowledging that you're waking up before noon. But when you get to be about 40, something happens, and like I'm wide awake at 5 in the morning. And so it's easier for me, and that's when I'm most productive. So I just start my office hours at 7:30. If that doesn't work for you, because I recognize that a lot of you don't know what 7:30 is. And I didn't know what 7:30 was when I was in my 20s. Just let me know, and I'll be happy to set up another time for you. I'm on campus a lot because of my other job, and so I will be happy to have another time between now and then that will work for you. Again, the disclaimer, the course is recorded and will be broadcast on the internet, specifically on YouTube. The course description and the course rationale, I'm not going to read those to you, but I think you sort of get an idea of why you should take marketing, because we all engage in it continuously. We'll talk about that through the definition of marketing. A message from our dean. The text, you can use any version of the text that you want. It's by Karen, and it's by McGraw. It's published by McGraw-Hill. The Karen book, you can use the 11th edition, the 10th edition. If you can find it for $5 on whatever, I would do that. Just make sure that the chapters that you're reading, because they've renumbered the chapters, and those older editions correspond to what we are talking about in class on the outline. So if you want to get a cheap version of the textbook, I don't care. Just make sure that it sort of corresponds with those chapters. The questions from the exams, which we'll talk about in a minute, will come 50% from my lecture and 50% from the test bank, from the textbook. But they will not be specific to the edition of the textbook. So they will only cover substantive topics. So the textbook changes basically in terms of the examples that it uses, and they will not be substantively tied to the textbook. Does that make sense? So you can use any version of the text that you want. The University of Central Oklahoma is committed to the idea of transformative learning. I don't know what that means, other than the people in the College of Education have tried to tell me what it means, and I think it means that I'm supposed to engage in edutainment. And so, to that extent, this is the way I'm going to do it. I've listed in these goals and competencies how I'm going to transform you. You all will be transformed, trust me. Transformation. The course outline, I put this as subject to modification. I do that for a reason. What's going to happen this Friday? Yeah, we're going to get ice, maybe. And so, when you file your grade appeal against me, I don't want them to say, oh, I failed because it said on January 17th, we would be talking about customer relationships and value, and he didn't cover that. Well, we had an ice storm, and then the school closed and class was canceled. So I put this little disclaimer up here. I'm an attorney, right? That's sort of my thing. So it's subject to modification. So if we have an ice storm, or if I just decide to go off the reservation and talk about something else that day, because it's more interesting, that could happen too. But basically, this is sort of the outline that I'll follow. Evaluation techniques. Oh, instructional methods, I'm sorry. I will use a variety of methods such as lecture, multimedia, presentation, and the Socratic method. This is my favorite. What is the Socratic method? It's what? Asking questions. Why do we call it the Socratic method?
Because he would keep asking questions until you were thoroughly annoyed.
Who did that? Socrates. How do we know about Socrates?
Works by Plato.
Yeah, we know about Socrates from Plato. He didn't write anything down. Would he get tenure on a college campus? No, because he didn't what? He didn't write anything down. So he walked around Athens and he asked really annoying questions, hard questions, like, what is justice? He expected people to respond. That's the preferred method in law school, so it's the method that I sort of was trained on. So it's the method that I like. I'm also a little bit sadistic. It's kind of fun to watch the beads of sweat form on your upper lip as I ask really hard questions like, what is the meaning of marketing? And you burn off a few brain cells attempting to come up with an answer, right? And guest speakers. Evaluation techniques, there will be 4 exams and a final exam that will be worth 200 points. You will have the ability to take exams 1 through 4 out of the class with you when you're finished with them so that you can study for the final, because the final exam will be comprised of both questions from the previous exams and a few new questions along the way. So it's fair and balanced, just like Fox News. Because you can take those 4 exams with you when you leave here, there are no makeup exams. What does that mean? That means if you miss an exam, I'm going to substitute your final exam score for that exam. Now, if you miss 2 exams, you'll get a 0 for the second exam, barring extraordinary circumstances. What are extraordinary circumstances? I was in the hospital. I had diverticulitis. My dog died. My mother was abducted by a space alien. Or I had diverticulitis, I was in the hospital, my dog died, and my mother was abducted by a space alien. If that happens and you miss 2 exams, I will let you make up the second exam, but you are not going to want to take that second exam. You'll have to take it at the final exam time, and since the other exams have been compromised, that makeup exam that you will take after the final exam will be essay. It will be composed of 5 long answer essay questions. You don't want to take that exam. So I would really, really try to be here for the exams. You'll also have 1 article review. There is a detailed analysis of how you should write your article review along with a rubric. Students a lot of times will tell me, I didn't have any idea how to write the article review. And I'm like, really? It was in the syllabus with a rubric. Right there. Rubric. That tells you how you're going to get your grades that you want. Grading scale, I use a straight 90 to 100 in an attempt to avoid grade inflation. Some of my colleagues have gone to stupid scales where 93 to 100 is an A and a 92 to an 83 is a B. That's idiotic. So it's just straight 90, 80, 70, 60. This course requires a great deal of interaction between yourself and me, and so you have 3 free absences. After that, you'll lose 50 points for each additional absence, barring extraordinary circumstances. What are extraordinary circumstances? I use what is called a rational basis test to determine whether or not I should excuse your absence. Rational basis means you have a means, you have an end, there is something called a nexus between them that makes sense as to why you were not here. I had diverticulitis, I was in the hospital, my dog died, and my mother was abducted by a space alien. I'll excuse the absence. I had the flu. A lot of you didn't get your flu shots. Don't come to my office. But I know you think that I'm like Venus, born of the foam, and immune to your germs. I'll excuse the absence, right, for things like that. Just let me know. Don't do this like, the minute before the final exam. Oh, I had 17 absences. That's going to seem like ex post facto rationalization to me, right? So be sure to just let me know in advance and I'll be happy to excuse those. Student dishonesty, we shouldn't have any of that. The ADA statement, if you'll look at that, I'm out of time. That is a wonderful paragraph of prose. I wrote it when I was Associate General Counsel for the university. So be sure and look at that if you need help. Look at the article review assignment, and the rubric if you have questions about that. And then there will be a group project, which will be graded similarly. Oops, and it didn't copy my group project. Oh, yes, it did. Group project, which will have a similar rubric to the article review, it's just expanded. There are 2 opportunities to earn bonus points or extra credit. Those are detailed in the syllabus, so be sure and look at those. Any questions? I kept you late, so we'll go a little bit early on